Hi, it's Sue. Welcome back to my channel today. Today I'm working in this little journal, and this is the one that I started. I covered an old dilapidated book cover for Rachel's challenge, and inside I'm using papers from Shabby Cover to make a little journal, a little 3-signature journal. And hopefully this won't be too huge. But today I thought I would do a bit of work in here. I'm using her sets, English Country Garden, Light Damask, and Labels and Ephemera. Okay, so they're the papers that I'm using in general. I may be using scraps of bits and pieces that coordinate along the way. But I've made myself a bit of a list. I've gone through and made myself a bit of a list of bits and pieces that I want to fill this little journal. And today I thought I would make 3 tags. I've got pockets at the back of each signature, and I thought it would be quite nice just to put a tag in each of those. So I've started, this is my first one, a very, very straightforward tag. Nothing very special about it. It's just collaged, it's got some fussy cut flowers, some of the tape I stamped. This is the brown paper tape, like packaging. It's not packaging tape, but it's the sticky one side and plain craft on the other. And I found it on the top of my desk and thought, right, let's use some of that today. So that's this one. It uses some labels and a ticket. So I can't remember which pocket that was going in, so let's have a little look. Yeah, not sure. Probably this back one, I would say. It's got a bit of yellow in it. We'll pop it in there for now. I could always swap it over. Right, so let's put that aside. These are the bits I've got for the next one, and you can see I've already made a tiny label, tag rather, using scraps of the same sort of papers and a sticker. It's a bit of washi on here and another little label. And this is what I'm using for my tags. Cereal, an oats box. And I like it because it has this creamy white background. And what I've done, I've roughly gone over the front or the coloured area with an emery board, just to take a bit of the shine off to help my papers adhere. So I've got to tell you, I was watching a couple of videos, YouTubes, and I was surprised to read some of the comments of people who, quite a few people say they don't like music playing in the background, and they don't like a lot of chatter. They just want to see what's being made. So it made me think perhaps I do waffle on a bit. So I might just get on and put this piece together and not do any talking. And then perhaps I can speed it up at the end so it doesn't become a long, boring video. I mean, decorating tags is not hard to do. And you'll have watched me do it lots. Thinking of a layout. something like this, or maybe the other way around. Put that one down here and that one up there. Do you think? Yeah, something like that. So I'll move my list out of the way. I've got a glue book here to use, so I'll get on and adhere these papers. I'm going to use glue stick as much as possible. Let me know if you have a preference for the videos you watch. Let me know if you like less chat, or you don't mind, or no music. I know one of you, my regulars, said she finds the music a bit distracting. I tend to try and play any music quite quietly, just rather than, you know, blank nothingness. But you let me know what you prefer. Okay, so just do a bit of inking. And actually, I'm going to round these corners because I did that on this smaller one. So we'll follow that through. 1, 2. And now I just need an eyelet. doesn't want to come out. Come on. Okay, so that's the blue one done. And now the third one, what I thought I'd do was make a double. So again, I've used cereal box, but I've also covered a piece of book page, and it was a slightly thicker book page, and I've covered it with some of the pattern paper from Shabby Doodar's collection, and Tina's collection, I should say, and some of the blank paper that came along with the set. And I have left a flap on there because what I want to do is join this to the top piece first. Might have to do a bit of trimming up. So join this on the side here, then cover the front, and I want this to flip back this way so it has pattern on that side and double writing space if you open it up. Okay, so let's add that first, and I'll use the art glitter glue for this. Get it right up close to that fold. Yeah, I'm going to have to trim a tad off the top. That's fine. Actually, when it's open, it hardly matters, so we'll leave it for now. And then that will be the inside, and I might just do a little bit of decorating in there. But for the front, we'll decorate the front the same. So I've got the ledger, some music paper, this little scrap of the pattern paper, another ticket, one of my labels, and this image. I might swap those over, do it the other way around, so you get to see a bit of this colour at the bottom. Let's just see how that looks. I think that might have been the way I had it originally. Yeah, and then that can go a little bit higher. Okay, yeah, that's it. So let's see, yeah, that one first. Sometimes it's hard to decide between which side looks best, particularly with music paper, I find. Okay. It's a beautiful sunny day here today. It was cool this morning, but it's warmed up a bit. I'm sitting here in a sweater, wool sweater, and it's quite warm. some ink to this piece. How do we want it? That'll do. Find a piece on my magazine that isn't gluey. There we go. Now I've also been thinking about what else I'd like to do coming up, and I was thinking of maybe starting a to Z, a journal filled with ideas A to Z. Not sure, I haven't quite worked that through. I don't know whether I will repurpose a book, an old book for that, or use one of the journals that I've made that so far hasn't been used. But yeah, I thought, occasionally it would be quite nice to do something like that. And it might even be that I use, I don't know, I was thinking maybe Rolodex, or perhaps I ought to just keep Rolodex separate and do a Rolodex card every so often. I started, and that's as far as I got with those. So that would be quite nice to do. Right, let's trim down the top. Bearing in mind I'm trimming down now 2 layers of card. Where's my big scissors? Yeah. Yeah, so what do you think about that? An A to Z. Just was either that or a journal full of ideas, pockets and tucks and folds and that kind of thing. I can't decide. I would actually like one day to have one of those. I think that it would be a handy thing to have. Okay, so that's done. Now with this one, I'm not going to punch the top for obvious reasons. I just think it's better if you can just open it. I'm going to add a bit of ink down there too, I think. Yes, so an A to Z might be something, and an ideas book. I'm just trying to get something going to spark get me motivated, really. I'm a bit, can't quite get back into it. And maybe if I had a project, that would do. I've actually been sitting of an evening crocheting granny squares. Oh dear. Yeah, I don't know what I'll do with those, but I just thought, yeah, why not? Let's get this done. Yeah, granny squares. I don't know, mine are only about 5 inches. square. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. And they're in sort of pinks and purples. I don't think I'll have enough wool to make a throw. I'm not sure. I should have thought about it. I started it a long time ago when I was waiting to move into a new house. And it's been sitting on a shelf here for a while, and I saw it the other day and thought, yes, I did start that. I could pick that up. That would be something quite easy to do, sitting watching TV or a movie. Right, so that just leaves this side. Now, what will we do with this? Let's have a think. I did think for inside I'd add a bit of washi. So I want this as a journaling spot really, so I don't want to cover too much of the inside. Now, let's have a look. What have we got? I need pinks and purples. Okay, so this is what I've decided on. I've got a little bit of doily. Slightly more than that. Scrap of music paper. So just get in there a bit more. Got a sticker. Yeah, that needs to be in a bit more. Yeah, and I'm going to put a fabric ruffle across the bottom, I think. It's the right colours. At that piece. Now this tag might end up in a belly band because it's now, especially with this on the bottom, it's quite chunky. So that needs to dry. This needs to be trimmed. That's it. So there you go, that's the second one. So I'll bring back the one we made earlier. Or I made earlier, here it is. And they are my 3 tags for today. 1, 2, and 3. Quite simple, but perfect. They're made to give me some journaling space. So I've got plenty on that one. am pretty good on those. Okay, thank you so much for calling past today. I'll move all that out the way. And I appreciate you've taken the time, and I hope you'll come back for my next video. Until then, bye.